up, YouTube? It's Dan, Fam, Elijah.
Tim.
We're with Daniel is... We're going to do it together? Alright, well, we're with Daniel is Detailing. Well, right now we are on our way to New York to see some family in Syracuse. And we wanted to share kind of like how we started detailing, what we learned, some of things that are going good, some things that we're struggling with. On this channel, we're gonna be transparent, right? Let's start at the beginning, how everything started. That makes sense, right? So we kind of started our business. Well, first of all, I'll give you this. We have a family cleaning business. My mom has been cleaning houses and apartments and etc. ever since we moved to Ohio, end of 2013. So in 2020, we said, you know what? Let's add more. So Tim, tell kind of like how everything started with our detailing business.
Well, it was the beginning.
Can you speak up louder? People can't hear you.
It was like the end of 2019, 2020. I started watching like YouTube videos on detailing, and I was pretty intrigued. The person that I watched the most was probably Detail Geek.
Shout out to Detail Geek, by the way.
Hey, shout out. He's located in Canada, and I was fascinated that he made like car cleaning into like his own profession and stuff like that. And I was just thinking to myself, hey, let me just do that myself. And so I got like the first thing, like the most primary tools, like a pressure washer, microfiber cloths, cleaning supplies, and the first car I ever detailed was my mom's Lexus. Y'all probably know, like the first YouTube video I have is
check it out.
Is that Lexus? Link in the description.
No, yeah. So after he kind of, because Timothy's a handy guy. He loves work with cars, and if he sees a light bulb, he has to fix it. Me, I find a way to get the light bulb. So that's kind of how we're different. We'll talk about it a little later, our styles. But like once he kind of bought the supplies, I'm like, you know what, let's it would be boring for him just to do it. I was like, you know what, let's do it together. So initially it was called what, TD Daniel Let's
Clean.
Or TD Let's Clean. And then Ted Detailing, right?
It went TD Detailing.
Oh, TD,
because Elijah wasn't in this.
Yeah.
And then Ted Detailing for Tim, Elijah, Dan Let's Detailing.
And also his actual initials. So, but then I was like, nah, Daniel is Detailing. That's our last name. It rolls off the tongue beautifully. And just wonderfully. But you can't, think about this. You can't spell details without Danielettes. Think about that.
Let me know if you can.
If you cannot, we'll help you. But, so yeah, and that was in 2020 of April. We did officially together, we did our first car, which ironically was a Ford. Which, if you guys know, Henry Ford is a legend, a business legend. And it was kind of cool. Our first like official car together was we were cleaning a Ford, and then the Ford represents kind of a new way of transportation, you could say, more efficient and on a mass level. So yeah, that's kind of how it started. My hands are getting tired. Let's talk about kind of like some of the things that have been going well for us, right? Let's start with that. Call it the pros and grows. What are some pros and what are some areas we need to grow on? Because every business, if you run a business, or if you see a business and it's like perfect, everything's perfect, there's something wrong. So there's always ways that businesses can improve. That can be product, people, profits. I mean, you name it. So what do you think? What are some good things that we're doing? Like what are some pros in our detailing right now?
I would say the way we detail.
Okay, elaborate for the people.
For the people, I would say the way we detail, it's not rushed. It's we pay attention to the details. Elijah
think personally, because I deal more with customer interaction, our customer service. Because anytime someone reaches out to us, I always want to be professional, polite. I want to be quick. You know, if they ask me for a quote, I don't want to wait a week to give it to them. So I try to, you know, if I see it right away, I can do it within the day. So I just think a lot of, especially us being so young. I'm in college. I'm a junior. Timothy's finishing high school. It's very not common to see young people acting so professionally, and a lot of the comments we've got is, you know, these boys are really professional and they're very kind and sweet.
Let's say
reviews, yes, okay, same thing, comments, reviews. So, and our parents taught us well, so shout out to mom and dad, mama and papa. So they've amazing people, you know, we look up to them, we honor them all the time. So they taught us a lot, especially our mom. She's very, we'll show you, you've probably seen her on the channel, like on and off, like helping us out, but man, she is a businesswoman, I'll tell you. But, so yeah, I think our customer service is pretty good. So, what's one area that we need to grow?
We are perfect. Just kidding.
No grows. I think for us, there's a few that it comes to mind. I think consistency in the fact, like retention, because we, like last year, we ran some ads or like promotions saying, hey, you know, clean your car, we'll do a wax for free, this and that. So we got a lot of people that wanted that, but then, you know, we haven't cleaned their cars since. Not everyone, but a lot of people. So, you know, working on a way where we can have a loyal clientele, consistent, you know. So that it's just working out the kinks, but pricing wise and the convenience wise and stuff. And obviously winter time is different, but now spring is coming up. So I just think more of a consistent clientele where we, you know, every month. That's what I want to work on.
As a detailing business, yeah, we detail, but we're not into the whole buffing.
Working on it.
And I think that would be a good, yeah, that's our grow. That's an area we need to grow in, services.
Okay, that's fair. I agree. Also, another thing that we've done well is we had already a few companies that we've done their vehicles. So that was kind of cool. Like there's two particular companies we kind of are contracted with, you can say, where we do their vehicles. One has like 15 vans. The other one has like 7 big trucks, like oil trucks, right? Semis, yeah. Like, you know, they transport diesel and stuff. So I think that was another cool thing that we did this year, towards the end of the year, actually, of 2020. So what would you say to anyone that wants to, you know, start a detailing business, or just, you know, do detailing as a hobby or for fun? What are some recommendations you would give them starting out?
You don't need to spend a lot of money on supplies. You don't need to get the greatest vacuum. You don't need to get the greatest chemicals. The main chemicals you need: all-purpose cleaner, detergent, glass cleaner, obviously. That's like to start out to clean, and car soap, and like buckets, you know. Because when I started detailing, I did not buy a lot of things. I just got a $80 pressure washer from Walmart, a vacuum for like $50, and like
Some other
chemical. Like I actually got a chemical guy's bucket. It was like a cleaning kit for $30-40. It came with car soap, a bucket with a grit guard, beneficial even with the tools you have. 'Cause you might buy the most expensive things, but you might just suck with it. So start little and grow your skill, and then as time progresses, like Elijah and I have, get you some new toys.
A professional chef can do more damage with a butter knife than an amateur can do with a professional knife. So what you're saying is, it's all about knowing what you're doing, the kind of like understanding the process of detailing and cleaning the car and having a system that works for you and your team. Because you can buy a $500 power washer, but it does the same job. It's different if you have a few locations, then you can afford it. For me, just be patient, I would say, because it's gonna take time. A tree doesn't grow in a day. At least a well-rooted tree does not grow in a day. And same as a business. A business is obviously an extension of you, and so make sure you nurture it, take time to grow it, and don't be afraid to fail while doing it. So that's what I would say, is be patient and don't be afraid to start. Because if you don't start, you don't know how to, you won't progress. And a lot of people I've noticed have a lot of great ideas, and but execution, that's where it's key. So you have this $1 million idea, but have you at least done anything other than think about it to proceed? So I think that's what, especially like with COVID-19 last year, that taught us is nothing is promised, nothing is guaranteed, and we have to make sure that we're not afraid to try. If we try, we fail, okay, no worries. Either get back up, continue it, or pick something else up. But patience, and don't be afraid to fail. That would be mine too. So and then and like I said, I think just think about it this way for detailing. Everyone has a vehicle, some sort of vehicle. Transportation is, especially here in the U.S., very advanced, maybe than other cultures, where their mode of transportation is maybe more on foot, bicycle, trains. The U.S. is, obviously some places have that too here.
It's a must to have a vehicle.
Yeah. Like it's hard to not, especially like in New York City, you can get by with not having a car because their train system is crazy, but or subway. But in Columbus, where we're from, it would be much different, very difficult. So yeah. And like I said, for example, I'm looking at cars we're driving, right? Look, I see money, more money. So every car is an opportunity to obviously make the customer happy, but also an opportunity to make money. And so it's fun. So what would you say the biggest thing you've learned while trying to grow the business and growing the business and the channel? Which by the way, shout out to Tim. He's never edited before, previous to starting the channel. Like I said, I'm more of the guy always going out there, which I think let's discuss next. But Timothy has been really good and getting better at editing and making content. I know you've seen his beautiful face on the channel, but I told him, said that that people want to see both of us because we're both in it, and it'll be cool to have kind of like the Daniels brothers.
So this is Elijah's first video idea.
Yeah. Like I said, I was like, Tim, we're on a road trip. Let's create a video. It's kind of talking about detailing, kind of some pros, some how to start, maybe this and that. So yeah, and I definitely I'll be more on the channel and at least planning wise and some idea development. So let's so what is the biggest thing you've learned while kind of about business and it doesn't just apply to car detailing, but just in general, what is the biggest thing you've learned while trying to grow our own business? think it's a little. Services are different opposed to products, because products, you have one thing that you're selling, right? Like, for example, this T-shirt. If I'm going to Old Navy or anywhere, I'm getting a T-shirt, hoodie, etc. It's hard to. Most companies don't essentially match, depending on, so for example, if you can't buy for $20, well, you can find something else or go to a different store. Services is more flexibility in the price range, and so that is one thing I've noticed too. Like what is business about? A really good business is about people. It's not about product. It's not about even the profit in the price. It's about people. So if you take care of the people, all of that thing will take care of itself.
The money will come.
Yeah. So always. So for me, biggest thing I've learned. I mean, I've learned a lot. Like, okay, this is the biggest thing. So I'm in college, correct? I'm in a business department, which you know what that means. There's marketing, there's accounting classes, finance, HR, operation management. The biggest thing I have realized is that business in theory and business in practice are two different things. Like I'm telling, it's just, I don't know, it's way different. What you learn in the classroom is good, but it's a whole different game when you actually have to like practice it. So, because you can know all the definitions, you can memorize the whole business 101 book, but if you're not actually practicing and doing that thing, it's irrelevant. And so that's why, and I'm not opposed to getting a higher education. I just don't think a degree from any university really determines your destiny, right? It doesn't say anything. Like, it does say that you work hard, but I think more so is, can you practice it? Can you actually perform what you're learning? Because how many people get a college degree? So he's about to go to college. He's probably going to go to my university. Capital, shout out to Capital. And I'm telling him, like, you have to understand that, like, learning something is great, but applying what you learned, that's a whole different game. So that's for me what I learned. So yeah. Any kind of last words to wrap up this session? All right. Any last impressions? Anything?
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button, and down in the comments if you have any questions that we didn't answer or a question that you wish we would have answered. Let us know, and I will answer them down in the comments.
Yes. So, alrighty. Daniel, his brother's out. Thank you.